Check out the eye boogers. It's bright out here. Super bright. What up, what up? So I was checking the calendar for my court date that was scheduled for today, and it didn't show that I had anything scheduled, but I think I'm just gonna head down there just to make sure. So let's take a road trip, guys. But if anybody knows information on if the courts are even having session today, I don't even think they are. We'll take that ride all the way up to the AV. Oh, it's bright out here. Inshallah. Inshallah. Well, since I'm gonna be out and about today, let's see what we can get into. But I'm not sure if the courts are even having session today, guys, so I'm just on a road trip pretty much. What's up, Patricia Walton in the house? Thank you for being here. Grim Reaper, what's going on, buddy? Matador Low lives. Alright, well, I gotta head down there if they are having courts, and yeah, I try to check online, but I don't trust those things. Sometimes they bring in your file right at the last minute or the day of, so you can't rely on the internet service to be correct. Yeah, I don't know if any city or county facilities that are open, but like I said, guys, better safe than sorry. Better show up than not show up at all. Then they want to put a warrant for my arrest and the whole 9 yards. You already know. They will find any way to twist you up so that they can twist you up and throw you in jail. So let's not give them that option, guys. Gotta stay on top of our game out here, because they definitely trying to hold us back. Appreciate that. Adalbert Meek, appreciate you. And better out of jail than in jail, guys. You know, these guys want to, you know, send you to court and give you all these court dates, and then the day of the court, nothing's been filed, and then you gotta keep searching back and checking in every week or every 2 weeks or whatever to make sure that they didn't file the paperwork secretly while, you know, you weren't looking, because that's the way they it was closed. Yeah. Yeah, Lancaster works in their own little world, so you never know, man. But it was very surprising to see that when I looked up my information to check if the court date was actually booked, there was no information found. So it makes me kind of wonder if the DA is working on throwing this out of court or what. Usually you get a court date and they have you scheduled, and the judge takes care of the rest. Yeah, Lancaster's the most shady. What up, Harry? How you doing? How you doing? The Trap Howard. Yep. See how it goes though. Nice to see open roads still though. A lot of people still not back to work on a normal, and the roads are still wide open. So I'm good, brother. Thanks for tuning in and joining us on our road trip today. So like I said, I'm not even sure if the links are open, but I'm gonna go check it out anyways. Oh man, it sucks. Where the hell my sunglasses ended up, but it'd be nice to have them right now. Yeah, man. So hopefully we can get through this one, guys. You guys already know a lot of times that they falsely arrest us for keeping them accountable. A lot of times it's thrown out of court. So we'll see what happens on this one. Yeah, these cops really need to stop using their feelings to run the law. I don't know how we put so many irresponsible and immature people in authority level. Can't even do their job right. No court today for the rest of the month. You want to see a burnout? Oh man, come on. Come on. Any hoodies with the logo on back? I'll have to check with Teespring to see if they'll put a logo on the back. I don't know if they do that. But I definitely should get an SGV News t-shirt with a big target on the back, because that's what I got, is a big target on my back, guys. That's how it is. Abraham T in the house. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Man, thank you guys for tuning in. Just taking a road trip. And for those of you that just tuned in, I do have a court date that was supposed to be scheduled for today when I was bonded out. this is the date that's on the paperwork to appear to court. So definitely gonna respect my bond and go check it out, guys. No, Jason, you're just tuning in. Thank you for coming through, and we're just on the road to Lancaster. So as you guys know, I bailed myself out of jail when I got locked up a couple weeks ago, actually over a month ago in March. My wife actually bailed me out, and they wanted to hold me and transfer me to the county, and then bring me back to court on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think they said it was. And I got locked up on a Friday. So yeah, I told my I told my lady to bail me out, because I definitely didn't want to stay in there for all that time, especially with coronavirus and stuff that had just popped up, and you know, so I definitely didn't want to stay in there for a week. So let's see what happens, guys. Yeah, Friday is the worst day to get arrested. It's obviously not the best day. It's never the best day, but it's definitely not a good day to get arrested. Juan Woo, thanks Juan, appreciate it. I'll definitely do that. Thank you guys again for being here and having my back always. But better safe than sorry, guys. Monday's a good day to get arrested. Yeah, Monday through Thursday is a book and release day. It's a celebration. If you get hemmed up on Friday through Sunday, you are not going home. There's this one guy in there that when I got arrested, they had us all in a holding tank together. There was about, probably about 6 or 8 of us together, and everybody was telling their stories and stuff. And there was this one dude. I don't know why this guy, he always sticks out of the whole group, but this guy swore he was getting out, He was like, man, well, I need to get home, I want to go smoke, he wanted to go, get with his girl and all this stuff. He was talking, big game that as soon as he gets out, he's going to run home. And I guess he lived pretty close to the Lancaster jail, so he was the first one that they took out of the room, and I was like, oh man, that's cool, they're letting him go home. But they took him first from the holding tank, and when they ended up giving me a housing little unit, I passed by one of the cells, and there he was. They didn't let him go home. So actually, I got arrested on in Baldwin Park. I got arrested on a Friday, and they actually let me out that same night or the next morning, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, it's not a pretty place to be, man. Definitely not a pretty place to be. a lot involved in these cases when you get falsely arrested, because not only do you lose time off of work, but you take the risk of catching a case, and these cops are quick to definitely try to lock you up for anything. I was on a live feed yesterday, and I was talking about how they'll find even the smallest little thing, a fingernail clipping. If they could turn a fingernail clipping into a drug, they will, and they'll arrest you for it. You know, and they will go as far as taking it through every test they can to try to determine what that little fingernail clipping is, thinking that it's something else. You know. There's a lot more cars on the road this week alone. Actually, last week as well. At the end of last week, traffic started picking up a lot more. But when the quarantine first hit, and I still had to go to work every day, I was pretty much like 1 out of 10 or 20 within a mile's range, you know, driving. So there wasn't that many cars on the road, and it seems like everybody's waking up again. Oh man. Right on, Tommy. Thanks for being here, guys. I know I'm probably definitely doing a dry run right now, but it's okay, because you know, I gotta show that I put my effort in no matter what. Some people are just driving around. Yeah. Yeah, I got my coffee. The coffee's definitely in production right now. But thank you. Yeah, nice and strong too. You just think I'm going in circles? No, I'm definitely heading northwest. Juan, I try to get a hold of AV, but apparently I'm not on his best friends list right now, so he never got back to me. I'm not on the thumbs up list right now for some reason. No, I text him pretty late, so maybe he just fell asleep or whatever. But yeah, I did try to get a hold of him. I actually texted him earlier in the day to see if he was around, because I was gonna head over to pick up that video and the monopod that I lent him when they took his stuff the first time. But he said that he was out of town or something, so he wasn't available for me. But that's okay, because here I would have been going back again today. It would have been a second trip, but see what happens, guys. What's pretty interesting, guys, just to keep it going, when they had me in cuffs in the back of their car, and they're taking me to the station, and now the deputy turns into Mr. Nice Guy. He wants to know everything, you know. He wants to know, you know, what are you doing out here, and all this, you know, fun stuff that he can add to his report, you know. And you know, in that process, you know, these guys are pretty much, you know, they turn from Mr. Sour Power to Mr. Nice Guy real quick, you know. And it's pretty much just to get information from you, you know. But it's pretty interesting to see how these we're definitely not there yet. It's pretty interesting to see how they use their feelings to conduct their business, because on the way over there he tells me, yeah, you know, you were filming me last time. He says you were filming me last time. You were telling me all kinds of stuff, because you know, you said that those people didn't deserve to get pulled over and stuff, you know. But you know, what you don't realize is that it was a felony stop and blah 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 blah. And then he says, oh, but it probably wasn't you. There's a lot of you guys out there. So in other words, he was using his butthurt memories from the last time somebody cop watched him and told him to fuck off, and, you know, told him that he was a piece of crap, and all the whole, you know, the whole the salute, the police salute when you see him, you know. And so he felt that this was a good opportunity for him to get us all back and to put me under arrest for obviously, you know, his butthurt feelings from somebody else cop watching him and telling them what they felt about him, expressing their First Amendment right to freedom of speech. You know, so very, very interesting to see and to be a part of, you know, how these police are using their feelings, you know. It shouldn't be like that. Tell Shala. Shala from Colorado. Hell yeah. But here we go, guys. Wasting another citizen's, you know, time, and trying to take their money and make them a part of the system. Build a case off of somebody. It's pretty interesting to know that they look up my name and they're searching for my record, you know, and you know what pops up, guys, is the mugshot from when I didn't get arrested. Okay, this is when I did not get arrested in Baldwin Park. They have a mugshot in the system of when I did not get arrested, but they have my mugshot in there. Oh man, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Last time when I got pulled over, when I didn't get pulled over, the cops ran up on me, an AV watchman in Anaheim, and the cop, for his butthurt feelings, because we didn't want to talk to him, he gave me a ticket for pedestrian in the roadway, you know. And right there they were looking at my record on their computer, and in full screen they pop up, oh yeah, here he is. They pull up a full screen blow up of my mugshot from Baldwin Park. But attached to that picture there's no record found. That's hilarious. There's history, but there's no record. I got lots of history, but there's no record. No, man, I'm not heading to New Jersey, but say hello when I get there. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're heading to Lancaster. Good old land of the tyrants. I mean, it just goes to show how they are, because look what happened last time I was out there cop watching. They recognized AV Watchmen, and right away they want to tell them that, hey, Steve, yeah, you got a warrant. And right away they want to serve them, give them a court date. But that's just how it is, guys. That's how the government works against us. And it's not even the government working against us. It's these bullies that took a job of authority, and now they're paying back society for already being tyrants before they became cops. Now they have the authority to do it, and they take it to the next level. What's up, Stella Wind? KJB. It's the story of my life, guys. The cops' mission is to make as many people criminals as possible. Even if you're just holding a camera, doing photography or public official accountability, they want to make you a criminal for keeping them accountable. That amazes me. It just, I know it sounds like a repeat every time I say it, but it just amazes me how, these guys are gonna, they force you into being a criminal. It's not like you deserve to be a criminal because you broke the law. They will force you to become a criminal by their means. It's stupid. Save the humans, you're right. They want to get us in there to contribute to their money laundering, They definitely they need us to keep their cash flow rolling in. So if the county doesn't have money coming in, they're not able to fund all their cool new devices and new vehicles and weapons and all their fun training they take to take us down and stuff. Yeah, 15%. It should be more like 75%. Unfortunately, we don't live in a 75% society. We live in a 10 or 15%. And what's sad is that that 10 or 15% will end up getting pushed out by the other 75 or 80% that are doing it by the way of the way of the leadership that probably needs to be retrained themselves. I think the leadership, obviously they are trained by their superiors, so their leadership, I think, is what needs to get wiped out and restructured. I think most of these departments are so just comfortable with the way things run that they don't see that there's a problem. That's what it is. But if you don't see that you yourself have a problem, then there's definitely something wrong there. most people can admit, oh yeah, you know what, we're not perfect. We know that we have flaws, and we know we got to fix certain areas. We got to work on certain things to be better at what we do, to be better people, to be successful, to do your job better. But some people are just comfortable in the situation they're in and the way it's being dealt with, that they just don't care. What's up, Levi from Norway? Thank you for joining. We're just on a road trip here to Lancaster, where supposedly I have court today. And like I said, I know the courts are problems, but I'm still gonna make the trip out there, make my presence, mark my spot. Definitely want to not violate my bond. So even though I did check online and it said that there was no information or no record found for my name and birthday, we'll still take that trip and see what's the word. It might be the bird. Yeah, you got it. No, am I going to be mad if I'm not needed today? No, it just gives me more area to cover on the way home. A lot more area to cover on the way home, but no, I got to do what's right for my bond, especially because let's just say I don't show up, there is court, and they bring my case in at the last minute and I'm not there, then obviously I'm held responsible. Another thing is, most of the courts, when you go in, first you go check in at the clerk, and then they look up your case, and then if you say that, hey, I don't see my name on the list, and then they look it up, and they might be able to pull your file and throw you in there. That they've done that to me a couple times for traffic. So I don't put it past them that they'll show up, right at the last minute to put in another case into the docket. Yeah, I've been unfortunately, I've had plenty of court cases, but all traffic related. And unfortunately, that's how you learn. You learn how the court systems work and how judges react to certain things and stuff like that. So never got in a ticket ever, and some people unfortunately have been to court 5, 10, 20 times, for traffic, for criminal, whatever, but definitely, I wouldn't say it's a learning experience, but it's something that you want to have a little heads up on before you have to experience it yourself, because you don't want to do the wrong thing once you're in front of the judge. I'll give you a big secret though, guys. Trying to lie and trying to dig your way out of that hole that you're in is never going to get you anywhere. Especially with traffic. I've dealt with a lot of traffic tickets, and every time I've gone in there and said, you know what, Your Honor, it was my mistake, and I accept the consequences and blah 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 blah. However you want to lay it out to them. they actually have more respect for you and drop charges because you're not there to bullshit them and tell them that no, you didn't run the light, no, you didn't do this, and once you claim responsibility for what you did, and obviously if you did do it, you're not going to claim that you did it, and if you didn't break the law, you gotta obviously use logic in that. But if you did break the law and you got caught, like ran a red light or whatever, and you just say, you know what, my bad, and I try to be safe and whatnot, then I've got charges dropped, reduced a lot, not dropped, but reduced to the minimum for going in there and showing honor, pretty much. You got to honor yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to take one for the team here and say, admit that I was wrong if I was. And you will be surprised how things change in that courtroom. A judge even went as far as using me as an example one time, guys, because I said, I'm sorry, Your Honor, yes, I did do that, and it's my bad, and, I was, it was actually, he was asking me why I didn't show up to court, because I had missed my court date, and obviously, I was young and being irresponsible, so that's what I told him, I was just being irresponsible, I missed the court date, and then, blah, 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 but I'm here to, take responsibility now, and be responsible for my actions, and the judge literally, like, started talking to everybody in the room and saying, you see, this is the way, blah, 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 and just started telling them, like, this is how it should be done, and this is how you people should act, and things would be a lot more smoother if it, like, I was just like, oh shit, so after that, I was like, yeah, I think if I am in the wrong, then I will man up to it and admit it in front of the judge, because obviously the judge is the last man to say guilty or not guilty, and you don't want to be in that position where you're saying no, I didn't do it, and all of a sudden they pull out a picture of you running the red light, and they're like, dude, you're guilty, you did it, and you lied to us. It just makes you not look good in front of a judge. So yep. But just a little bit of my experience there. Not saying that anybody else has experienced the same or will ever, go through the same, but that's just what I've experienced. What's going on here? A lot of CHP action. What's up, AV? Fuck the judge. Yep. Yeah, especially when they're trying to put you in jail. Yep. You gotta definitely defend yourself in those cases when you know you're not wrong, and when you know you were unlawfully arrested. But yeah, like I said, traffic and criminal cases are way on totally different levels. So just speaking on what I've experienced during traffic cases and stuff like that. But what's up, AV? Hey, give me a call once I get off this feed here. I'm heading to a closed courthouse, pretty much. But I just wanted to make sure that that they're not saying I'm trying to jump ship or anything like that. What's up, Willie? Willie in the house. How you doing? How you doing? No, how you doing? I was trying to hit you up last night to see if you can give me any insight on if courts were open today, but I never heard back from you, my boy. It's all good. Decided to take a road trip nice and early this morning. Sun is shining, weather is sweet. Looks like a good day. Yeah, I figured that, man. I hit up AV about 9:45 thinking it was still early, but when he never got back to me, I was like, this guy's probably asleep. Either that or I'm on the B list. Colorado. It when Yep. Sometimes, especially when you're done. Especially, okay, look, guys. I had already that ticket I was telling you about where I was, the judge was talking to the everybody in the courtroom. I had already missed court on that and extended it to like the furthest that it could ever go, where I extended my first court and then I rescheduled it again, and then when that court date came up, I actually missed that court date, so I called to reschedule it, and then they gave me a new court date, and so I had already extended my stay, and so I already knew that what was coming to me was not going to be easy, because restitution fees over, failure to appear fees and all this stuff. And at the end, he ended up dropping all the failure to appear fees and extra court fees that they were trying to charge. But I still had to pay out of my behind for that one, a couple thousand, probably like 2,000, which would have been probably a lot more. Yeah, if you don't take care of your traffic tickets, they can definitely double, triple, and quadruple real quick. I kind of learned that the hard way. Luckily, I was able to wise up and stop getting so many traffic tickets, and actually being more responsible to actually take care of them when I did get one. So, hey, when you're young, you just don't care, and you think that it doesn't matter, but it does. Especially your driving record definitely matters. Yeah, it should definitely be your own freedom to if you want to mask up or not. That definitely your choice. There should be there shouldn't be anybody forcing us to do this. But that's just another excuse for them to put their hands on you and to take you to jail and to make you a criminal, guys. That's what they do. Oh, you're breaking the law. You don't have a mask on, you're breaking the law. Appreciate you, Jason. Thank you for being here as well. Oh man, we're heading towards the light, guys. Don't look at the light. Don't look at the light. No, don't do it. Al SoCal. I did call Al SoCal, and then they said for criminal any information, please visit www.lacourt.org to get current information on your case. Blah 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 blah. But when so they divert you from well, first you call one number and they say if you're calling for traffic, call this number, and if you're calling for criminal, call this other number. So second phone call in, they tell you, hey, check it out. If you're calling this number, you actually need to be going online and checking on the website because we have no. And they hang up on you, and then you're like forced to go online. And for some people that don't have internet, I don't know how they're forced to go online, but that's what it is. So they force you to go online. You type in all your good information down. How the hell did they arrest me and put me in jail? And on my court date, there is no record found. There should at least be a record found with a different court date if it wasn't today, right? You would figure. But this is our justice system, guys. This is how our justice system works. They justify stupidity. It's ridiculous. Yeah, you're right about that, Patricia. This is just what they do. And did it to AV Watchmen as well. Stupid. So yeah, look at my other two arrests. The one in Newport Beach, I got arrested, got booked in, got released. Court date came and went, no record found. And again, I had to get that stamp saying that I showed up to court and that there was nothing filed. All right, see you later, buddy. Yeah, but you guys were with me when I left my house, and look at how long I've been on the road already, just to get all the way out here so that they can tell me that hey, you know what, we have no court date for you. And not saying that they're gonna throw it out, but you know, just like my other two cases, you know, there was never ever anything filed. So what are these police really doing out here? Why are they putting people through the system if you know, if nothing's happening? You know, I wonder how many people this is happening to, though. Like, I know it can't just be happening to me. You know, how many people are getting arrested, given a court date, and then nothing's ever filed? You know, if you guys ever experienced anything like that, email me. Let me know your story. When we start doing the panel, these are the type of stories that I want to hear, you know, from the people. Because, you know, this definitely shouldn't be happening. And it's happening more than it should. So, let's hear your voice, guys. Want to hear your voice. Send me an email, sgbnews1@gmail.com. SGBnews and then the number 1 by itself, sgbnews1@gmail.com. Yep, we're never free. Even if we are free of the justice system, we're not free as citizens here. You know, we are definitely under ball and chain. Everything we do is being monitored. Everything we say, everywhere we go, everything on our phones. You know, people don't realize that when the smartphones came out, it was just another way for the government to keep track of everything that you do. You know, and that's why a lot of people do the burner phone things. Because these guys, they figured out a great way to have a computer in your hands, because not enough people had a computer. So they were like, hey, well, we don't know what they're doing if they don't have access, so let's give them access. And pretty interesting to see how these smaller phone companies came about, because a lot of these smaller phone companies, guys, we're giving phones to everybody, even without a social security number, and even without an address, without an ID. Metro PCS, for example, they were giving out phones left, right, and the other, and and it's pretty much just to track, where people are, because for example, Verizon, you couldn't get a phone with Verizon without paying over a couple $100 a month, because the plans were so extensive, and if you go over your rates, then they charge you more and more and more, right? So I figure, and this is just me overthinking stuff, that obviously the government figured that not everybody can carry this type of equipment on their hip, because number one, the phones were too expensive, and number two, the plans were too expensive. So what do? We give them a cheaper plan, $35 a month, everybody can afford, and we give them a phone that has internet access, and it's probably the cheapest thing in the world, but hey, we can still track what they're doing. So yeah, guys, that's why when I got arrested, or that's why when anybody gets arrested and they want to keep your devices, and that's exactly what it's for. They don't keep your devices because they like it. They want to know what's on it. And this is their way of having the freedom to do that, because they say that it's being used for evidence, and now we got to go through this phone for evidence because we claim that you said this. And tell me what a coincidence this is, okay? When AV Watchman and Doug got arrested at the AV hospital, they kept all their stuff, saying that they made criminal threats, okay? What do you think that they told me that day that I was getting arrested in Lancaster? The guy said that I was making criminal threats. Why does that sound so familiar? This must be their gimmick, guys. It must be their way of keeping people's things and being able to go through their personal things legally, because they're claiming that we did something illegal. They're claiming that we made criminal threats. So yeah, it's dumb. It's really dumb. But this is how they're doing it, guys, and this is why you got to be very careful on what you tell the police. This is exactly why, guys, and defend your freedom at all costs. And I know a lot of us have big mouths and we don't know how to keep our mouth shut. I'm one of them, and I will definitely start popping off, but we got to be careful what actually comes out of our mouths, guys, and try to keep the best you can, keep your composure when you're in a situation like that, because, and I'm probably the worst to give that type of advice, because I'm the first one to start going off, but it really matters what you say to the cops in those type of situations and how you act, and that they will use that against us. So just be careful out there, guys. Never lead by my example. I just defend my freedom. I'm out here defending our freedom, but I do it in my manner, the way I do it, not saying, hey, follow what I'm doing and get out there and do it this way. No, never do it how I do it. Never, ever, 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 ever. Defend your freedom the way you know how, guys. And never follow somebody's example. Try to do it the way you do it and do it better. And I guarantee you'll be successful. The moment you try to start doing what somebody else is doing the way they do it, it becomes unnatural, and you're not comfortable doing it. So if you feel comfortable giving them the verbal judo on a professional level, then that's what you got to do, you know. But if you feel like giving them the verbal judo with a little bit of vulgar language, then hey, just watch what you're saying, and stand your ground, you know. All respect to you. Let's do it. But just be safe, guys. Yeah, our phones are pretty much our worst enemy, guys. Not a lot of people realize that, but our phones are our worst enemies. They are the snitch. Our phones are the biggest snitch ever. Anything you ever type, read, write, draw, anything that happens on your phone is kept on record, even if you delete it. I don't care how hard you delete it or how deep you thought you deleted it. Believe me, there's a record, guys. Why do you think Samsung and other services offer clouds? Why do you think you have a Google account that keeps a memory of even the words that you type, even the words that you type? Okay, Google keeps a track of all these things so that it can help you through your process as you're doing new messages, writing emails and stuff. It helps you prompt things that you usually would type, so it predicts it for you. Not only that, but it keeps a really good memory of everything that you speech, when you use that speech to text, it keeps all that on record, everything that you said, everything that you say, the phrases, when you corrected it, it keeps a record of all that stuff. So yep. Exactly. Giving up privacy for convenience, it's a hell of a name. Yep, exactly what it is. And a lot of us are guilty of constantly burning ourselves on our phones, and we don't even realize it. Let's just say you get in an argument with somebody, and you tell what was your best friend, maybe you give them a threat, or maybe you tell them you wish death on them or something dumb like that, and all that stuff it's just piling up. So just be safe, guys. It's better if you want to have a conversation with somebody, it's better to man up and have it face to face instead of doing the coward, let me text you and tell you off in text. Let me tell you off in text because I can't tell you to your face. No, man up, woman up. Tell the people to their face. It's better that way anyways. Yep. Wow, you guys have made it this far. Thank you guys for hanging in there. Definitely kept me awake. Oh man, I used to do a lot of work out here in the AV. It has definitely developed in the last 20 years. Thank you, Willie Zard. Thank you for being here. Nothing has gone down yet. I've been driving for the last hour. But yeah, supposedly I have court today. We all know that the court systems are closed, but I gotta defend my freedom because I am out on bond, guys. And even though I know the court is closed and I'm making a dry run, I definitely have to still get out here and be 100%. I have to be 100% that that they're not waiting for me today. 100, guys, not 99. What's up? What the 778? How you doing? I was up in the SUV cop watching pretty much all day yesterday. Got a couple of runs, a lot of dry runs. After I went off my live feed, I went home for a couple hours, had dinner with the family, and then I went cop watching again. But I didn't go live or anything because I got a bunch of dry runs after I went back out. I think I went back out around 7. I stayed out for about 4 hours. And yeah, it was pretty slow last night for cop watching. But I did find a bunch of spots as I was cruising through certain areas. So I do have a bunch of spots that I'm going to be visiting pretty soon here, guys. So a lot of cool videos coming out, guys. I can feel them. You already know me. I can feel them. You know what? I should have released the video this morning, guys, and I left the house without doing the damn thing. So I'll put it out later or tomorrow morning. But I got a pretty good video lined up right now. Hopefully, I can get that out to you as soon as possible. One car, one mission. Is that down? Appreciate you, Dave. And this is desert land right here. We're in the desert area, so it gets hot out here too. Appreciate you, Brian. Thank you. Thank you, guys. What's up, Chris? Just nipping for milk, huh? Shout out from New Orleans. Appreciate you, Ken. Thanks for being here. Yeah, guys. So, like I said, I'm sure it's gonna be a dry run, but we gotta be 100%. Gives me a chance to come out and visit. Maybe Watchmen. Heading to Lancaster courthouse to go do my due diligence here. World Oil. All right. Where you going? World Oil in the house, guys. Yeah, they usually let everybody into the courthouse or into the courtroom around 8:30, and the judge doesn't even probably come out till about 9:15, 9:30. So not that that's gonna happen today, but we're about to find out. Digital mobile post in the house. What up? What up? What up? Yeah, there's a lot of greenery out here because of the rain last week or 2 weeks ago. Really brings out the green. So I'm almost to the courthouse, guys. Is AV Watchman still in here? Wachale, are you still here, Holmes? Where's West Coast? West Coast Digital. West Coast was actually supposed to come with me today, but I left. I didn't call him yesterday, and I know I was supposed to hit him up last night, and it just slipped my mind, and I left early this morning, so I didn't think calling him at 5 o'clock in the morning was a good idea, even though he was probably up. You never know. That guy's an early bird. That's why he's always cop watching out the wee hours of the morning, 5, 6 o'clock a.m. James Favara, appreciate you. Oh shit. Alright, we're about to get off the freeway here, guys. Michael Malloy Show! Make sure and tune into the Michael Malloy Show. I'm sure he'll be on here, and if not soon, then later, but he'll definitely be live today. Ain't that right, Mike? What time's your live panel going on, Mike? Make sure and tune into the Michael Malloy Show. I'll see if I can tune in and jump on his live panel today. Yeah, I'll let you guys know if the court is closed right now. We're not that far, but we are live. We are live. This is the best evidence they can. They want to use my videos for evidence. They could use this one to show that I showed up to court and they were closed. Live doesn't lie. Where's AV Watchman at? I'm in Lancaster, fool. Where you at, fool? Don't be a fool, fool. I'm late? Yeah. They're gonna give me another peanut butter P&J sandwich, man. The sad thing about that peanut butter and jelly sandwich is that it was like that yellow jelly. It wasn't even red. It was like what is that yellow stuff? Like peach or oh man, it was not down. Zanny, what's up? Fool on the hill. Yeah, it was that the yellow jelly, man. What is that? Pineapple? Pineapple jelly? I don't know. Would have been nice if it was grape or strawberry or something, but pineapple? Come on. Court closed. Yeah, Bill. Thank you. I'm sure that they're closed. Just wanted to take you guys on a wild goose chase. No, I figured they're closed, Bill. Thank you for the info. When I checked online, it didn't even show I had a record. Oh man, my name has no record, guys. So, but like I said, I did show up to court one time that it showed that there was no record found for a traffic infraction, and I showed up and I talked to the clerk, and the clerk pulled my file and sent me into the court. So, you know, even though there's no record found, and I know that a lot of people are saying that the courts are closed, we're just gonna be 110%. If not, and if the courts are open, then yeah, I did the right thing. I'm here, about to enter a plea of not guilty. What's up, Alonzo? A lot of familiar names in here, guys. Thank you guys for always being a part of my channel and what I do here. Is this it, or is it the next one? Damn, this is a ghost town. What the? The only person I should see in this parking lot right now is AV Watchman, and I don't see him. What's up with that? I see a dirty pig. A couple dirty pigs. Man, let the cop watching begin. Alright guys, well, we made it. Man, they even got the yellow man, I just wasted a quarter tank of gas to experience the yellow tape. That's cool. We are now 110% sure that there is no court today, guys. We are sure. Would you rather be sure or unsure? Thank you. Save the hummus. Oh, save the humans. Let's go check for some signage then. Oh, I see a big sign right there already. I guess it's easy to find parking today. Look at this. All right, let's park right here. Oh, restricted for black and white vehicles. All right. Is this breaking the law, guys? I'm parked in the black and white vehicles only. We'll be cited and towed. We're gonna be cited and towed right now, guys. What a ride. We're about to get tackled down right here, guys, for being in public. And it looks like the cops are already pulling up to me to give me a ticket for parking in their black and white zone. There's people in there. If you have a bench warrant or a question regarding your case, please call 661-483-5798. All forms are available at www.lacourt.org. Superior Court, Clerk Office, Self-Help Services, Family Law. Okay. Do not report to court. All traffic matters will be continued for 30 days or more. If you were scheduled for an arraignment, looks like they're continuing. They're going to send a new notice by mail if you have any questions. Okay, well, it's just how it is, guys. It's just how it is. I guess they can't get me for parking in their black and white vehicles. Everything's closed. There we go. There's security in there. They're in there. Look, let me see. Like, oh, there they are. They're like, call 911. There's a guy with a phone camera outside. He has a phone camera. Get him. All right. Well, I said I don't have to take a picture because I got a video. Dang. Turn this on real quick. Yeah, it looks like people are rolling in now. See, I'm not the only one that showed up to court on this day.
I got you. This 111.2 addressing code 4, the 919 on Avenue of Lincoln, utility post 0 to support.
Damn, Lancaster already. Let's see. I don't know, bro. I don't know where AV is. What kind of Bearcat is that? It's a BC75XLT. Yep, it's time to go to work, guys. The other work. Let's see. What's up, Dark Star? Let's see how active the scanner gets. Every time I'm not in Lancaster, All I hear is Lancaster calls. Nah, it's not a phase 2. It's just a phase 1. The good old the cheapy guy. Hit up AV. Let me let you guys go for now, guys. I'm gonna try to link up with AV Watchman and see what we get into. Appreciate you guys all being here. Stay tuned for something to pop off later on. You guys never know what's about to happen. Appreciate you, Levy from Norway. Everybody out there. Signing out for now, guys. You guys be good, be safe. Let's do it.